The following video contains spoilers. We suggest watching the episodes alone in the dark. Time to drive home in my car and talk to myself like I always do. Man, does it feel sweet to be a cat with his own license. Huh?
I believe you're going my way.
Oh no, it's Twilight Zone Month!
You're traveling to another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are only that of the imagination. You're entering the Twilight Zone.
Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Another year, another Ultra Twilight Zone review marathon, featuring your favorite cartoon kitty, Catastrophe. I was about to head home for some Thanksgiving goodies, but this show won't ever leave us alone. So let's resolve this problem with more Rod Serling gems. The Prime Mover is a much smaller scale short story, but a pretty bedazzling one. Although most fans blow this tale off as nothing too special, I sincerely think it's a sweet, down-to-earth filler adventure with endearing characters and a wholesome vibe. We follow a jaded, wash-up gambler named Ace Larson and his best friend, the slow-witted Jimbo Cobb, feeling tired of their dead-end Denny's business until one day some stock footage of a freak car accident occurs outside, where Ace discovers that his buddy Jimbo has the Force when he saves some innocent lives with his mind. Jimbo reveals that he has a slight touch of telekinesis, which he's had his entire life, where he can move anything with a single thought. However, he doesn't use these skills often since he has a power limit. Whenever he uses the Force, it strains his brain, giving him a nasty headache. Upon seeing that his bro has Jedi powers, Ace realizes that he can exploit this for profit.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-chingery. Money, oh money, how I love thee.
Ace, Jedi Jimbo, and Ace's girlfriend take a road trip to America's gambling capital in order to use Jimbo's powers to cheat at casinos and become rich as hell. That's right, the Twilight Zone is going to Las Vegas. Again. Thanks to Jimbo's mind tricks, the trio win big at every cash game and earn millions. However, as you can guess, things start to go wrong. Jimbo's head pain grows more and more from excessive power use, and Ace slowly turns into a greedy douche after the money gets to his head, poisoning his friendships and causing his girlfriend to dump him in disgust. Yep, Ace gets a Gracie Wild-style story arc of becoming a power-hungry jerk after he cheats his way to the top. Despite having a generic toxic fame plot, I do enjoy a lot of this story, because the characters are not flat-out evil or hard to cheer on, but are quite normal for the show. Ace actually does have likable traits at first, and the show makes it clear that he's not a bastard who we're supposed to hate, but rather feel bad for since he tosses aside his true friends for money when it's clearly not making him happy as he keeps craving more. Jimbo's also a lovable doofus who means well and only uses his powers to help his friends, yet he's also the morality chain preventing Ace from going too far. This has a rather nice buddy picture atmosphere. The Twilight Zone also takes better advantage of the Vegas setting than they did in the Fever, since the city feels so colorful and fun. I also love how our stars are a bunch of average Joes thrusted into the world of the Twilight Twilight Zone. No suits, they are regular working folks who strive for more, but once the heavy drama comes into play, you do legit feel for them, since the high life is wrecking the love they initially had for each other when they were common people who cherished one another in their small-time world. Unlike a lot of weaker episodes, the characters feel like people you can actually see yourself as and perfectly understand. Even Jimbo, despite being the dim-witted best pal and having superpowers, does have a lovable innocence around him, and plays a vital part in the show's emotional turn. But, like I said, Ace has the main character arc, where he becomes a prick, and his plot is very well done. Ace's girlfriend leaves him because he sucks, so he gets a new girl to be his lady, which is the final straw for Jimbo, since he shipped him with his real girl back from the old hometown. Our Force wielder wants to quit the gaming biz and go home, but naturally, Ace wants one final big score. Ace challenges some big businessmen for all their cash, in spite of his bro Jimbo warning him that he's overusing his power. And guess what? They lose the final match. The dynamic dunderheads lose all their money since Jimbo lost the gift. During the final match, of course, since cosmic forces love an ironic payoff. But rather than end on a downer note, Ace finally realizes what a bastard he's been, ditches his pot of greed, apologizes to his true friends, and rebuilds his love ship with his former girlfriend, where he plans to marry her and start anew, with an honest living. He's good now.
You always win when you are good.
Cute, but what elevated this simple short in this cat's eyes was the twist. At the last minute, we find out that Jimbo never lost his powers at all. He faked his power outage and lost the final gamble on purpose to force his delusional bro to come to his senses and salvage his relationship with his loved ones. He planned this all along.
You son of a bitch.
That is shockingly kind of wholesome for a Twilight Zone tale. I love it. Jimbo ultimately made a gamble to find redemption for his bro, and he won his real friend back.
Friendship.
This episode has a cozy, feel-good flair to it, where we learn to appreciate what we have and not allow a lust for more to taint our souls. It's quite different from the typical grim nature of the saga, but I think its heartwarming moments and sense of fun absolutely make up for it. The force powers Jimbo uses are also pretty cool. He doesn't use them for too outlandish stunts, other than lifting objects and fixing dice, yet his ability to use them to make profit feels very realistic, and gave us a decent plotline. I also see Ace as a more likable version of Fred Renard from What You Need. Renard was a selfish prick exploiting a nice guy for profit, but he grew into a more vile monster in the end, while Ace is also a selfish prick exploiting a nice guy for profit too, but he soon learns what a bad guy he's become and gets redeemed in the end after agreeing to take the Paragon route. I like that about him, since his episode rewards an uplifting ending when he accepts that he did have a shot at happiness all along. Ace was more redeemable, as he soon sees he almost lost his valuable pals over a game, and is taught a harsh lesson that money won't always be there in the end. That's a rather touching ending for a Twilight Zone road trip story. Now, I've heard the 2000s Twilight Zone attempted a remake of this story, which I've yet to view, but it's gonna be hard to top this prize. Overall, the prime mover is not one of the Twilight Zone's defining horrors, but more so a feel-good slice-of-life story that rewards us a great tale on learning to make your own luck. So, I grant it a gold skull for its wicked gaming. Not a perfect score on account of some predictable writing here and there, such as Ace's jerk arc, But hey, a 9 out of 10 should say a lot on how big a score this rolled. While not a flawless victory, the prime mover is a delightfully sweet winning hand.
I can move things around just by thinking.
The Twilight Zone.